It's Amber from Big City Bettas, and I'm here with a little unboxing video. And I say little because it's a small order. Like, I got 4 plants and 3 are the same thing. But they're going to grow in really nicely in the tanks they're for. They're for the 33 divided, so the 20 and the 10. And let's just get into it. Don't know if I can, Okay, so we have it open now, and these are from H20 Plants, and I've ordered from them before. They're really awesome. The owner, Justin's great. I've emailed him with questions, and he always gets back to me. Super friendly guy. He also has a YouTube channel. He and his wife are awesome. His wife is really sassy, and it's hilarious. So, don't need to see that. One thing I will say that's really cool, if I could get this open, it has my dress, so I'm trying not to show it. But with every order, he includes little keynote cards saying about the plant and how to keep it. And he also explains, I don't know if he sent it, ooh, right here. He sends this as well, and it tells you how to bleach your plants, which we're going to do. And basically, it's 20 parts water to 1 part bleach. So, yeah, not too hard. Here we have 3 regular water Sprite. Oh, 2 in 1, I guess, actually. Pretty awesome. And a Java fern, which is, oh, it also has some kind of little 4-leaf thing with it. This is probably the nicest Java fern I've ever gotten from a seller, so I'm already happy about that. I'm going to get the bags open and show you guys how I bleach them. So this is everything I got. The 2 little cards telling you a little bit about the plant, how to take care of it, and the piece of paper saying how to bleach them, which is absolutely awesome. And I ordered 3 water Sprite and 1 Java fern. But if you look, I actually got 7 water Sprite. And if you pull the separate plants apart that we have right here, because they all have separate rhizomes, and rhizomes, if I could get it up here, see that little almost stem-like structure that the roots are coming off of? That's the rhizome, and plants that are rhizome growing plants do not like this to be covered with substrate. They like it to be just free in the water. Attach it to driftwood, rocks. You can use gel super glue, string. It'll eventually grow roots and attach itself, but they don't like to be buried. So I actually got 3 ferns and 7 water Sprite because Justin is awesome and they all look really healthy. So I'm going to put them in the bleach solution. I do it for just a couple minutes. Again, this is 1 part bleach to 20 parts water. I'm going to put it in the bleach solution, let it sit for 1 or 2 minutes, rinse it really, really well with lukewarm water for like a minute, and then put it in a bucket of water with some prime in it, so, or any dechlorinator. So just kind of scoop them up, drop them in, swish them around for a minute, and let them sit for 2 minutes, and then, like I said, rinse really well and put into a bucket of treated clean water. And let them sit for like 5, swish them around really good, and then repeat again. Rinse again, a couple times under the water, put into fresh, clean, dechlorinated water. And to add some hides for the 33, I got another set of these Templex cichlid stones, which I really like, but the insides are a little rough, so you're going to want to take some sandpaper and just sand it down. And I also got this, which I don't think was meant for aquariums, but it is aquarium safe. It's a Zilla bark blend medium hide. I got this because if you notice, it lays perfectly flat. These do not. So for really small fry, like 4 to 6 weeks, that I worry about getting trapped under something like this will be great. And I can grow a water sprite out of it and have the roots growing down inside, which will be a great little hide for some babies. So I have these. And I also have a small cichlid stone that I already had in the tank with them. I'm just gonna scrub it off and put it in because I don't have room for it in the 40. And I also have my bleached and ready to go plants, which are awesome and super healthy. Again, H20 Plants, they're the only place I get plants from. They're absolutely awesome. The owner, Justin, is really, really well educated on his stuff. You know, he's knowledgeable. You have any questions, he will help you. So, and we have the I also forgot to show I have super glue for if I want to attach some of the Java ferns to anything. And this is the tank as it looks now. I'm gonna put some stuff in there, see how it looks. It probably won't look super filled in until the plants grow and kind of fill out and get nice and bushy, but that won't take long at all because these, I mean, I've had these for a few weeks, so. So I am the worst. I planted the tank, got it all set up, didn't film, kind of just forgot to, but you really didn't miss much. As you saw from my unboxing, aquarium plants usually come looking pretty sad. They're not the lush, super grown in plants that are pictured often on the description and the listing when you go to buy them, but they can very quickly start to look like that. You see here, I've got lots and lots of new growth, and it should also be noted that if you're ordering any type of fern, look at all that new growth. Any type of fern, which this is water sprite, it's technically an India water fern, I believe. That Java moss looks awful. So yeah, if you order ferns, they're gonna often come with a lot of brown, kind of crappy looking leaves. This is a good thing. See that root coming off this somewhat dying branch? And that green little patch right there, that is a baby water sprite. They are all over this tank. Here's a great example. See the root? Oh, let me get it into focus. See that root and that little baby plant? Now this whole branch at some point is going to kind of start to fall apart in the water, and I am going to end up with a bunch of baby water sprites, like this one floating right here. I'll pull it out and show you. Got that. And tank down here, I actually have a whole bunch of little baby water sprite that have come off of an older falling apart leaf. The roots. I just kind of let them float and grow until they're big enough, and then I find somewhere to put them. Right here, this one still has the actual stem of the plant it was taken from. So yeah, growing in really, really good, filling in nicely. Look at these. In about a month's time, it'll be lush and full. Well, my phone decided to stop recording, so sorry about that. Yeah, I treat my water with salt, so not all snails are good. A number of them are pretty salt intolerant, like mystery snails, a couple different kinds, but I do have little pest snails that hitchhiked in on some plants that I was using to keep these tanks cycled. And I saw something really interesting the other day I thought I would point out. This tank, though they both have snails in them, this tank has a lot of poop at the bottom. There we go. See that? That is all snail feces. I actually need to get in there and vacuum it out. This side is pretty clean, but if you look closely, I don't know if it's gonna focus. There's tiny little, oh come on, there they are. If you look on the center of the screen, tiny little white worms, those are detritus worms. And those are non-parasitic. They show up when you have an excess of nutrients in your tank, such as food, uneaten food or waste, in my case. And they clean all that up. Now, they're not an issue. Some people see them in their tank and they freak out. It's a normal thing. It means you have a healthy tank that just has too much nutrient somewhere. Be it, again, uneaten food, waste. That means you need to do more water changes, siphon the bottom. I'm not concerned about these because when it comes time to put fish in, I'm gonna clean all the water out, replace it fully, and any left in the tank, little baby fry will just eat. But as you can see, I have a few plants that I stuffed in there. You can see the roots. Tucked a baby plant there. Yeah, it'll all grow in and fill in. But, so yeah, these are detritus worms, just to really quickly finish up what I was saying. Tiny little white worms that you see there, detritus. Non-parasitic, don't freak out, just clean your tank more. So that's an update on that, and speaking of updates, here, the fry tank. They're all doing really good. I'm sure they'd like to be fed, so I'm going to do that right now. But they're really funny. They're very nosy. And as soon as you stick your hand in the tank or the siphon, they want to see what it's all about and if they can eat it, frankly. They, super friendly. They've gotten used to me tapping, which means food. Yeah, see. Tapping means food. So I'm going to drop some frozen thawed cyclops and some freeze-dried tubiflex worms that I've been soaking in vitamins. I'm going to dump those in and let them eat. See if I can do this one-handed. And there we go. They're all getting really big. I've only had a couple that were starting to get aggressive, so I pulled them out. Yeah, they're doing good. 11 weeks. Got some nice colors. Have a few really iridescent babies too. Good example right there. So that's this tank. Everyone's doing good. I'm really looking forward to getting them all jarred up so I can really get in there and get that algae off the back, but for right now it's not hurting anything. It's just a little unsightly. Have a lot of yellows, which I'm not surprised about because the sire is a big yellow. Well, this is fun. Sorry about that again. Not sure what's going on with my phone, but we're just gonna keep rolling. What was I saying? Ah, yes. Now I can definitively tell gender at this point. The females still can turn to males. I don't know if all of you know that, but female bettas can actually turn into males up until they have, sorry about that. It's all the joy of New York City, all the noise. So the females, up until they've dropped eggs, or are about, I believe, 18 months is the cutoff, 18 months old, they can actually turn into males. I've had this happen a few times, but for right now, I can tell pretty much all of them, who's who, who's what. And I'll show you guys a really good example of that up here, because I pulled some females that are really obviously females, and I'm going to show you how I can see that in a second. But first, let's do a quick little update on these guys. My little light body red male. Now this one in here makes me really sad because it's my biggest, showiest male, and he is getting some pretty good ray curling. I don't know if you can see that on his dorsal. There you go. He has curled rays, and his caudal, the webbing, is not perfect on 3 of his rays, which is kind of disappointing. But he's actually really funny because he is so feisty. Now, this one, I was wrong. I had thought was a male, but now I'm fairly certain it's a female. And my little, this baby, I think he knows it too, because he is pretty quick to show off for her. And now he's not going to do it because why would he want to cooperate? Hey, come here. Hi. Yeah, very disappointed with what's going on with his fins. His anal was also a bit too long, but I really like him. He had great personality. So he's going to be going to a nice pet home with her. And then, oh, hey there. Hey there. A few of them are looking really nice. Fat little bellies, good color. But oh yeah, I was gonna show the females. Let me move a couple of these jars out of the way so I can slide some things around. This little yellow guy, let me get him into focus, is exactly that. He is a boy. Now, if you notice, he's got a slender body. It's really hard to tell, and I'm so sorry about that. I did a full water change and bleached their jars yesterday, so the bubbles, but there. If you look towards the back of his body, he's more slender, and the only thing you can see is his stomach and organs. See that dark patch? Now, on this little yellow body one, move her without jostling. On her, look towards the back of her body, towards the center of her body, more towards the back. She has this elongated white triangle. Now I'm going to try to get it into view a little bit better. I'm trying to move these jars around a bit. Get her right under the light. There. So now you see that elongated kind of white triangle towards the back part of her stomach area. And turn. There it is. See, she has the dark patch like the male, but there, perfect angle. See see the eggs? That's a female. You can even see the eggs if you look close enough. I'm trying to get it to come into view. To show you guys the difference in body shape and size, I put the male in the female specimen container, and as you can see, she's thicker. He's longer, skinnier, she's thicker. And I also dropped in a couple pieces of homemade gel food to keep them from nipping at each other, which in a second I'm going to put him back in his jar. Oh, you can even see her ovipositor. See the eggs? You look very closely at her belly. She has eggs. That little thing. He just has a belly. Male. Female. Just want to get a good... Oh, you just saw the ovipositor. Yeah, she's stressed because he's in there. I'm going to take him out in a second. Male versus female, size-wise. She has eggs, he does not. You can see the eggs really clearly. Alright, so that's the update on these guys. I'm gonna put him back in his jar and get her and her sisters into their own clean little jars, get labels. Each of my fish, when they get jarred, is assigned a number, and I write the date as well as anything I need to know. If I have swim bladder disease or anything that, I want to let a potential buyer know, because I believe in full disclosure, I have that information. Look at those eggs, my God. So yeah, 11 weeks old, big, well, getting big. Bossy little bettas. And my grow out tanks are looking amazing. Thank you to Aquarium plant wizard Justin Spall, H20 Plants. They're awesome, and I'm really, really excited to order more. I have a couple things in mind for some planted tanks that I'm hoping he can help me out with. So I'm going to go separate these two. Yep, see right there. I'm going to go separate them. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.